This podcast is a part of the Deluxe Edition network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Hello and welcome to Deluxe Edition. I am your host, Casey Shearer. Joining me tonight is my new co-host, Ray the Podcaster, from a 10-cent beer night podcast.
If you stagger it out, it's easier to say. So I like to say it like this: the 10-cent beer night podcast.
All right,
makes it so much easier to say.
All right, now I have that down.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know.
Yep.
Ray, thank you so much for joining me, man. A lot has happened over the past week or so. I won't get into it. If anyone wants to know what happened to Bill, you can contact me directly. Nothing's really going to change with the show. We're going to continue doing it pretty much the exact same way. A lot of interviews, a lot more interviews, actually. And we're going to start the show with Ray's news.
Yeah, we like doing news over at where I come from, so let's fucking do it, Casey. So, I like to ask this because you're going to say no, because that's what happens here. So, have you seen this guy doing the Michael Jackson impersonation thing on the TikTok?
Yes, I have on the TikTok.
On the TikTok, this guy does an amazing Michael Jackson. So at first, I'm watching this thing and I'm like, because I'm a very skeptical person. So I'm watching him and I don't see his chest moving. I don't see breathing. And immediately I go to, is this motherfucker lip syncing? So I'm like, I don't know, man. It sounds good. So you know what I did? I listened to just the audio of Michael Jackson doing that song.
Okay.
And then I went back and listened to him, and I'm like, this motherfucker don't sound anything like Michael Jackson.
No.
It's so weird. If you just hear him do it, he sounds great. If you go back and you just pull Michael's vocals, because you can do that on YouTube, just type it in.
Yeah.
And I listened to Michael with just vocals and nothing else. And then I went back, I'm like, yeah. Why does this guy have 27 million listens on TikTok to this video? The fuck is this?
But he is good. I mean, it's good.
Oh, no, it's good. But 27 million listens good?
Well, I think it's more people like you and me going back to, is that really him? I got to listen to this again. And that's counting as another view.
Oh, that's how they got us. Because I listened to this thing like 8 times.
Yeah, I had to show my girlfriend several times because she didn't believe. She's very skeptical like you. I was like, listen to this guy's voice. He's awesome. And she was like, that's Michael Jackson. And I was like, and of course it wasn't, the voice wasn't matching up. Like my internet connection at the time wasn't perfect. So like the voice wasn't matching up with his lips. So it did seem a little off. It was like, he is lip syncing to this.
Well, and I did, and I went and I got it off YouTube. And his mouth does actually match. If you go to YouTube and download it, he does match the vocals. He's an amazing singer. You know what? I'm still not sold, man. I'm doubtful because, once again, when you sing, your chest moves. If you watch that video, his chest and stomach never move. So I don't know how you sing and you have no chest movement. I mean, he's a big dude. Maybe he's just got a lot of air in there, but I don't know, man.
Well, what it is it's coming directly from the soul.
Oh, the soul. I forgot about that. Damn it. All right.
Before I have a few things to say about lip syncing and pulling music from YouTube without I don't know what I'm trying to say. Have you ever seen the Dancing in the Street video?
Oh yeah, where they're like squeaky shoes and everything. Yeah.
It's with that. It's Mick Jagger and David Bowie without the music,
Yes.
just singing the songs.
Yeah. That's
That shit
awesome.
is amazing.
Oh, that's so good.
And one other thing, have you seen the meme? Now that we're talking about lip syncing, have you seen the meme going around now with a picture of Milli Vanilli? It's just like them staring into the screen, and it's like that face you make when everyone on TikTok is making millions of dollars lip syncing to other people's songs.
Yeah. I still don't know how it's legal. I really don't.
I don't either. But if anyone doesn't know who Milli Vanilli is, too, Google that. They were caught. When was that in the 90s, Ray?
That's got to be late 80s,
Late 80s?
maybe early 90s. Because
They were caught lip syncing to music. They weren't actually singing their song.
well, it's funny because they got caught because the record skipped, and they didn't know what to fucking do, so they just kept doing the dance move, like it was like, "Girl, you know it," and they just kept repeating the same thing till one of them ran over and just slapped the needle off the record. That's how they got caught. Like,
oh my god!
Like, it's funny too because at the time their songs weren't even that good.
No.
Like they weren't even great pop songs. But what cracks me up about that is like all people write songs for other people. So who is the jackass who was like, you know what would be even easier than just giving this to Michael Jackson or Lionel Richie? Let's just get two assholes out there to lip sync.
Right.
And we'll just take all the money. Like, but wouldn't it just be easier to have Lionel Richie do a duet with somebody else? No, dude. We're totally going to scam the whole industry. We're going to kill it. What if the record skips? That'll never happen.
What was the deal? Did we ever find out like who was actually singing?
Yes, the two people who sang are two ugly people that no one gives a shit about.
So that was that was the issue.
That was the issue. The people who sang it are ugly. And, I say that, you can say that's mean, but they fucking know it.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Secret.
It's obviously why they had other people singing their songs.
Like, if I'm going to sing a song, I'd pick somebody fucking good looking too to lip sync to it. I'll pick, who's good looking sing. You know what? I'll pick Drake. Let Drake do the lip sync for my song. As long as the record don't skip, we'll get away with it. Fuck it.
I would love to see that.
Anything else about lip syncing there, Casey?
Nope, that's all I got, right?
All right, let's move on. So here's another topic that you might not know dick all about, Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. So it's a game. It's not a new game. It's been around since the 70s, okay? And they've made some crappy movies. But they've guaranteed us that this new one's going to be good. So the trailer was just released, which I sent you to watch.
Yes.
And it's got Chris Pine, who I love to death. Dude's a great actor, in my opinion. And there's a lot of CGI. It looks good, though. Now, the problem I have is they cranked up that Led Zeppelin song in the trailer. And it reeks of the Thor trailer with Immigrant Song. And it's like, hey, what do the kids like today? Well, the kids like the Led Zeppelin. Really? That's what the kids like today? Yeah, fuck yeah. Did you see Thor? He murdered it. Like, he killed it with that Immigrant Song. The whole Land of Ice and Snow bullshit. We got to just pick a fucking Led Zeppelin song and run with it. All right. So, you watched the trailer. As someone who doesn't know shit all about D&D, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought the trailer looked great. I mean, the movie itself looks great. My question to you is, does it, as you were a Dungeons and Dragons fan from your childhood, right?
Oh yeah, I still play.
So how does it relate to the game? And second part of the question, do you believe that there will be a resurgence in the game?
Well, that's funny you ask, because actually, because of Stranger Things having D&D, there was a 600% increase in people Googling what is Dungeons and Dragons recently.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like a huge increase. And it's already super popular again because of 5th edition being the game that you can do whatever the fuck you want and there's no rules. And, the millennials love that shit. Um, so I imagine that if this movie is anywhere near good, it should click that shit up even higher, which to me is great. Like, I don't care, I bash 5th edition all the time because, once again, I have other versions that are my favorite. I've played 5th. Not my favorite, but I'll play it if somebody else wants to. And a lot of the younger guys, they're just loving this thing. So I think there'll be a lot of increase in popularity for the game again. But here's the shitty part. Okay, Hasbro owns D&D, and everybody who just bought this thing out, all their books are online now. Nobody has like a physical fucking book anymore. Everything's online. Okay, and we're on 5th edition. Now, Hasbro loves money. It's their favorite thing in the whole world. They wake up in the morning, they think about it. They go to bed, they think about it. And one of their money makers is when they go, hey, we need a new version of D&D. So what happens is everything you currently have is now fucking obsolete. You have to start over and give them money. So, like in the old days, there's 3 books. Each book costs $50. Every time they change editions, you got to spend $150 again, just for the core books.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's how they get you. It's like every 10 years. So I'm waiting to see people's reaction when 5th edition is gone and they do 6, because the other thing they do is like every new edition, they make it completely different. So like 5th edition right now is player friendly, but when they switch it again, it'll be like, fuck the players. Now it's DM friendly, Dungeon Master friendly. So the players are getting killed left and right. And these kids are going to be like, I just paid $150 to get my ass handed to me. I don't like this game. So it's tricky.
You keep saying 5th edition now, as someone who's never played the game before. So is this? It's just the 5th version of the game that has come out. So you're saying that with the new movie and everything coming out and the popularity of it, that a 6th edition, 6th version is coming out soon?
6th is inevitable, because as soon as Hasbro stops making money, it's gonna come. That's their shtick. It's one of the things that players hate about Hasbro owning it, because they just show up and they're like, hey, guess what, guys? Hey, you like this game? Yeah, well, we don't care. We want money, and we know you're going to spend it. So,
right.
And the shitty part is we spend the money. I own 5 versions of Dungeons and Dragons.
So that is kind of fucked up that you cannot. So nothing from, like, say the 1st edition, you can't bring in like, the Grand Wizard from the first one to number 5.
It's really strange, because what they do is they say, look, you like whatever, the Demi Gorgon, which they used in, Stranger Things. So we'll give you a new version. You don't need that old version. You can put that in the garbage, because we got a brand new version for you. Just give us $50. It's super easy. You just buy all these books again, and then we'll put out more material, and it's just 50. I probably own $5,000 worth of books for D&D.
Wow.
Like, literally, I'm just a lemming. I'm jumping off the cliff every time.
Gimme.
Yeah. I'm just like, I gotta have it. Fuck it, I gotta have it. Can't play the game without it.
You said something there that I have a question about. Is the Demigorgon from Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Oh wow! See, I didn't know that.
Yes. Obviously, you've been watching Stranger Things, right?
I haven't. I'm not caught up with this season. I've watched the first and second season, so I know what the Demigorgon is. Yeah.
Yeah. So all their main villains are named after D&D monsters, basically.
And do they look like?
Not really. Kind of, but not really.
Okay, so they're using their names.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing they did, because as you saw in the first season, they play the game, so they kind of equate D&D to what they're experiencing in real life. So
okay,
it's a cool twist.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But, very cool.
As far as pop culture goes, I don't think D&D could be any higher than it is right now, except for like 1983. Like it's at its peak, and it's gonna be crazy when it crashes and burns again. Like, now buy the stock now and sell the shit immediately. Because I don't know how the stock market works, but just go do it.
Well, you would have to buy stock in Hasbro.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's not a bad bet.
when did Dungeons and Dragons come out? Is that a game that's been around forever?
Yeah, it's been around since like 77, 78.
Oh, okay. So
even before
not as old
that,
as I thought it was.
Early 70s. It was called Chainmail, and then it kind of went through a metamorphosis into it used to be like a miniatures game, and then it went to a tabletop role playing game. So,
like those little metal miniatures.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
You'd set them up, you do battle, and then eventually it was like, hey, we can do this better. And they did. And now they're doing a lot of it's computerized now. Like, because you know how people don't like to talk to people anymore?
Yeah.
Right. Like everybody's scared of people and they don't want to sit in the same room with them. So it's all online now. It's just like we're doing it right now. Everybody just plays online now. It's weird. It's similar to like, I compare it to if you and your friends like ping pong, okay? So you get a ping pong simulator and you sit at your house and jump around and whack the ball back and forth with your buddy on the computer. That's what I compare it to. It's crazy. All right. We got to get off the D&D shit because there's too many stories. We got too much to talk about.
All right.
And this one might interest some people. Canon, they make the cameras.
Yes.
They're going to be teaming up with the Transformers to do replica Canon cameras that turn into Optimus Prime and Decepticons.
Yeah, I saw this article.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, pretty cool.
But
but
yes, are you willing to pay $150 for a replica camera that turns into Optimus Prime?
I would be if I collected Transformer toys and it actually took pictures.
Which it does not.
Which it does not.
Which makes no fucking sense. You're a camera company. Why are you making something that doesn't take pictures?
Yeah, I don't know, because it looks exactly like a beautiful Canon camera.
It does. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And what do? You just go like this, go click, click, and pretend you're taking pictures? What are we, 5? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
So you would actually spend if you were a collector, you would buy a non-functioning camera?
No, I said I would buy it if I was a Transformers toy collector and the camera actually worked.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, honestly though, if I was like a true Transformers toy collector, I mean, I would probably buy it.
I mean, you would have no choice, right?
Yeah.
It's like me with the D&D books that I can't fucking use.
Right.
Like, here's my $150 for something that's going to go on my shelf, and I might pull it out and look at it once in a while and put it back. That's what these fucking cameras are.
I have so much stuff that I never touch.
You buy it, and it just sits on the shelf. And you walk by, and you're like, oh, I love that thing. And you haven't picked it up in 10 fucking years. That's the crazy part.
The best thing about the camera would be like if you had the camera sitting there and be like, somebody came over, hey, that's a cool camera. Let's go take some pictures. Nah, sorry.
So you just pretend like you're taking pictures. You're out in the yard. You're like, yeah, can you climb that tree and just hang down a little bit? Oh, these are going to be so sweet. And then you just keep stringing them along. And like, hey, how'd those pictures turn out? Oh, I sent them out to get developed at Kodak. You know that little shack in the middle of the fucking parking lot? Yeah, I sent them there.
Are they still a thing?
I don't think so.
Do places still develop film?
I highly doubt it, man. When was the last time you took a picture and you were like, gotta swing by Kodak and drop this off so I can see what the hell I took pictures of? Do you remember back in the day, you get those pictures back and they'd be garbage. They'd be all fuzzy. It's like you thought you were taking a picture of your friend standing in front of something and it's actually like a picture of the concrete in front of you because you snapped it and turned the camera, and you just feel stupid because you paid money. That's the other thing. Why would they charge me for that picture? Like,
Yeah,
they
right?
see all the pictures. Why wouldn't they go, oh, this one's no good. He ain't going to want this.
Yeah.
I can't charge him for this. But they're like, oh, look at these fucking pictures. This guy's an idiot. Pictures
That
of
must be the
concrete.
exposure that he wanted on that picture.
Right. He totally wanted that. Like, I can't imagine anything else. All right. Let's talk about Quentin Tarantino.
All right.
So this some bitch done badmouthed Sean Connery's performance in Indiana Jones.
What?
Yeah, he had the audacity to say that movie sucked, and that Sean Connery was no good in it. That his part made no sense.
I'm sure that people
how do you
could
feel
pick
about
out.
that?
I'm sure that people could pick out, characters in Quentin's movies that don't make sense.
Yeah, I'll tell you one right fucking now, bro. The Gimp.
Yeah.
Like,
That is
the reason that Pulp Fiction drives me insane is the scene with the Gimp. Like, what sense does that make? It makes no
I don't know.
sense. Like, we got a dude in a box for just this occasion? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in a movie. And he's going to badmouth Sean Connery in an Indiana Jones movie? Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on.
Was this before or after Sean Connery passed away?
This was like last week.
Oh, well, fuck him then. I mean, I really like Quentin Tarantino, but
Oh, well, I
come
like
on.
him, but
You can't badmouth Sean Connery who's not even around to defend himself.
yeah, and like somebody should just walk up and just punch him in the mouth and say, like, what's wrong with you? And just yell, dude, the Gimp is stupid. Like, that's a dumb fucking scene in that movie. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense, Casey.
No, and we actually have comments here coming in. Let's see. I can't see who this is because they didn't sign up like it says to. This might be the first time I've disagreed with Tarantino. Connery is a master.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And once again, dude, I love Tarantino, but this is a dumb take. And I don't know if it's just because he's bored and just wants to shit talk. So maybe he'll come up with something else silly. Like, like the new Star Wars movies are fantastic. Maybe he'll defend them. I don't know.
Well, he's due for a movie now, isn't he? Soon.
He should be, but what's it
Yeah.
going to be? You know, what idea do you think he could do? Has he
I don't
done
know.
a
He's
zombie?
been-
Has he done a zombie movie yet?
Not yet. No, he's been doing those. Like he's been going back to those like spaghetti westerns and stuff. He likes that style.
All right. So I would say to him, let's do a Gimp origin story. Let's make that movie. Let's make
Okay.
a 4-hour movie about the Gimp and how he ended up in that box.
4 hours.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Director's cut, 4 hours. The origins of the Gimp.
We could make a Pulp Fiction fan film.
Yeah,
The
call
Gimp.
Call it Man in the Box. We can have Allison Chains just the only song for the entire soundtrack is just Man in the Box. Over and over for the whole movie.
4 hours of Man in the Box.
4 hours of Man in the Box.
Here's
all different versions though. Like we get like all different artists to sing it. Get like John Williams to do a big, orchestral version of it.
Oh my god, I don't know if I could handle that.
Oh, you could. You'd watch it.
Here, I would watch it. Here's let's see a comment from my cousin Josh. Let's see. It would be at least cooler if the transformer camera was like a vape or something. At least something useful. Pull it off the shelf and take a hit. Yeah, that would be cool. Like make it. Yeah, they could do that. Make it a
If they
vape.
did that, they'd sell a lot of those.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if they just made it into a bowl, they'd sell a lot of those. Like you transform it, and now it's Optimus Prime, and you're smoking out of his head. People will buy that, man. They would.
I would buy that.
Oh, I know you would.
I don't even. I'm not a Transformers fan, and I would buy that.
You would, because you could just pull it out and show your friends, and it'd be like having like a Godzilla bong. That's what it would be like. Like you're like, oh, you like weed? Do you have a Godzilla bong? Because I do. That's how you make money. You come up with good ideas.
Why does this camera smell like marijuana?
Why is it all you take pictures of is snacks?
All right, Ray, on with the news.
All right, this is the last one I'm doing, and then we're moving on from the news.
All right,
because
all right.
I feel like we've been talking news for like 4 hours now. So, all right. James Hetfield filed for divorce, which is crazy because all the while he was going through his alcohol rehabilitation, she was his rock. She was the one he leaned on. She's also the one that threw him out of the fucking house and told him, if you don't get help, you can't live in the house. So the second he gets help, gets sober, he says, you know what? I don't like her. I want a divorce. So I think he might be bitter about getting kicked out of his own house that he makes all the money to pay for.
So wait, is he drinking again?
Mm-mm.
So he got sober and realized that he didn't like his wife. He must have married her while he was drunk.
Well, don't we all? I mean, isn't that a part of marriage? I thought that was like par for the course.
I've never been married, so I can't say.
Yeah. Well, someday when you get married, you'll be all fucked up on some form of liquor, and you'll wake up the next day and go, huh. I better stay drunk for the next 30 years because this could be bad.
I don't think so. You know me. I have an occasional beer.
Yes.
An occasional beer.
So do you think he just woke up and was like, you know what? I'm getting payback for getting thrown out of my own house.
Well, didn't I read something like they filed the paperwork and then forgot about it? Or something like that? Did I read that?
I don't think it came to light until recently.
Oh,
like
okay.
He filed it, but because he's a celebrity, they live in a completely different world where they do shit and they just forget, like, oh, fuck, did I buy that helicopter? Oh, fuck, I guess I did. I mean, when did I buy it? 4 years ago? Where the hell's it been? Oh, I've been paying storage on a helicopter for 4 years? Fuck, I better call my accountant. What the fuck? And then they're like, oh, well, my divorce don't look half as bad as the helicopter I've had in storage for 4 years. And I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he sobered up and realized that she just wasn't the one anymore.
Well, you know what that's code for? That's code for he sobered up and realized his wife's as old as he is, and he's going to upgrade to a 20-something-year-old next week. His son's going to be older than his new girlfriend here in about 2 weeks. You watch.
How old is Hetfield now?
I believe he's 58.
58?
Yes.
Are they still touring Metallica?
Oh, yeah. Did you not see all the nonsense with him and his feelings and shit lately?
No. He has feelings now?
Now, yeah, he's got feelings now. So the dude who was like a huge influence on me in high school, you know, back then we called them alcoholica. They were just maniacs. So now he's got these feelings. So not too long ago, he comes on stage and he tells the crowd, man, I was feeling old and I didn't want to come out and play tonight. And my band members came over and gave me a big hug, made me feel good about myself. And I'm like, and I'm watching this and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the hell is he doing? And then all the band members come over and give him a big hug on stage. And I'm like, this is Metallica.
Oh my God.
This is the biggest band of my childhood. And he's getting a hug on stage like he's fucking Elmo. Like, what the hell is this?
What did the crowd do? What was the crowd reaction?
Of course the crowd's like, hey, yeah, he's sensitive now. Woo. But they're all drunk.
Yeah.
Like, he's sober, but everybody in the crowd's fucked up. And they're like, yeah, if I'd have been there, I'd have been like, hey, look at that. They're giving hugs. Woo. But I'm like, I'm watching it at home, and I'm like, the fuck is he doing? Meanwhile, Dave Mustaine is out there fucking killing it. Dave Mustaine is Megadeth, used to be in Metallica. He's out there making videos of him chasing ducks in parking lots, asking them for autographs and for pics and shit. It's hilarious. Like he's
Hammered
totally
drunk.
no, he's sober too. So he makes these funny videos now, like where like he's like like rock stars are always being harassed. So he's chasing these ducks in a parking lot, and he's going, "Hey, can I get an autograph? Can I get a picture? Can I get a guitar pick?" And it's just him chasing ducks through a parking lot. It's totally fucking funny. And then there's videos where he's like sitting behind these kids. He's got his hood pulled up, and he's like, these kids are with their parents in front of him. It's one of his own concerts, and he just like taps the kid on the shoulder and starts handing him guitar picks. Like he's handing out Megadeth guitar picks to this kid. Parents are completely oblivious. This kid's got like just picks coming to him. Like this is what Dave Mustaine's doing. While James is getting in touch with his feelings, Dave's making awesome videos. Like it's like, come on, James, get over it. You're a rock star.
He's just having the time of his life.
So Mustaine always loves making them look stupid. Like Mustaine's having the time of his life in his 50s, and these guys are like, I feel sad. Like, dude, you have more money than God. How can you be sad?
Well, money doesn't buy happiness, Ray.
Yes, it does.
That's what they tell you.
Well, you know who tells you that? Rich people.
The rich people.
That's who tells you that. As they fly to France to have French fries for lunch and tell you shouldn't be driving a car that uses gas. And then they jump on their big giant boat that uses 300,000 gallons of gas for them to take a trip around the pond to just, look at the sunset.
But they could be sad, Ray.
They're not sad. They're actors. Celebrities, they're the worst. Except for the ones that want to be interviewed. By the way, I love celebrities.
Yeah, not all celebrities are bad.
No, some of them bad.
Some of them are terrible. I think we've had a trial on here trying to ban one of them from Hollywood.
Yeah, you guys did that.
Yeah, we did. All right, Ray. Any more news?
I'm done with news. Let's do something else.
All right. Well, speaking of interviews, we do have an interview lined up. Ray and I will be interviewing Bose Venson next Sunday. However, it will be coming out the following Sunday. We'll just be recording. We won't be live next week. So next week, I'm going to be posting my interview with John Schneider, and it will just be the interview part of the show. So tune in next week to see my interview with John Schneider. And now, Ray, yes. if anyone follows our Instagram page, we are at Deluxe Edition Pod on Instagram. And every day for the last year or so, I've been posting today in pop culture history. So I thought that would be a good little fun segment here for the show to do this week in pop culture history.
Sounds awesome.
Well, it's not all pop culture stuff. There is some other stuff in here. Let's see. Today's the 15th, but we'll go back to yesterday. August 14th, 1936 was the last public execution in the United States. Rainey Bethea was hanged in Owensboro, Kentucky. He confessed to the rape and murder of a 70-year-old woman. His last meal consisted of fried chicken, pork chops, mashed potatoes, pickled cucumbers, cornbread, lemon pie, and ice cream.
You know what his last meal should have been?
What?
Knuckle sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, someone like that, when it's a cut and dry case, I don't believe that they, should have a last meal like that. Like, that's disgusting as to what they did. How do you feel about public executions, though? Do you think I'm almost thinking that they should maybe bring it back?
I'm an adult and I'm okay with that. I could teach my kids lessons. Hey, you act like that, asshole. This is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get strung up in public, and we're going to throw shit at you and laugh and just, do the asshole chant. Asshole, asshole. Like, that's what I would do at the execution. It'd be like a football game.
Yeah, exactly. I not not all the time. I'm not saying this is like an every week occurrence.
No, and for like the cases that aren't cut and dry, you can't just be stringing up everybody like they did in the old timey days. Like,
right.
I think that guy stole my cow. Let's fucking string him up. We're not doing that.
Yeah, no.
But like, you get caught in the house, and like you got the woman's underwear on your head, and she's on the bed all ripped apart. Like, yeah, let's hang that motherfucker in public.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Now, August 14th, on a lighter note, 1975, the Rocky Horror Picture Show debuted. It's the longest running release in film history, and it opened at the U.S. Theater in Westwood, California.
Great movie. Have you ever gone to a midnight showing of this thing?
I can honestly say I have never seen this movie.
You've never. So you picked a news story about something you have no idea what the hell it is.
Yeah, I know that you would know about it.
Oh, well, I obviously do. Where I grew up, we had a theater that did a midnight showing of this for decades. So even into the 80s, when I was like 15, 16, 17, and we just did whatever we want, curfew didn't matter. So we went to this theater, and they were doing this thing. And I shit you not, people were dressed up, doing all the weird lines and shit. And we're like 15 years old, and we're just dying laughing, man. It's so fucking cool. We went back probably 4 or 5 times before they realized we were like 15, 16. And they're like, "You're here at midnight?" And they're like, "Fuck. All right, you can't come back no more." We've been here like 5 times now. What the hell? But yeah, they like throw shit at the screen. It's amazing. It's a good time.
Yeah, see, like for me, you and I are new friends here. I'm not like, all that much of no, I'm not that much of like a people person. And like, I've seen clips of like how people act in those movie theaters and stuff. And like, that is not for me. I will watch it. I have a giant long list of things I have to watch. And it is on my list of things to watch, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I would just tell you this. Don't bother watching it sober. You won't like it.
You won't have to worry about that.
I'm just saying.
I mean, everybody that watches the show, they know that I don't drink a lot, but I do, I partake in other things.
It's like Alice in Wonderland. Don't by watching it sober. There's no point.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't do anything for you.
Honestly, I don't do anything like sober. So
once I clear work, there's nothing sober going on.
Another movie premiere, August 15th, 1939. The Wizard of Oz premiered at the Grauman's Chinese Theater in Los Angeles, California.
The Wizard of Oz is probably top 5 greatest movies ever made. No CGI, all practical effects, and just an amazing story that holds your attention as a kid, as an adult. I love The Wizard of Oz, man. That's a great fucking movie. Yeah,
let's talk about while we're talking about The Wizard of Oz, about the conspiracy behind The Wizard of Oz. There's supposed to be a little person hanging in the one scene.
In the background, in the trees. Yeah, I've heard that. It's gone both ways. There are people who say it's not real, and there's other people who say it's absolutely real. I like to believe it's real. I like to think that a midget hung himself during the movie. Because little people are angry, sad people.
Absolutely. Yeah. General. See, a rich little person, they still could be sad, Ray.
Well, those people weren't rich.
No, they weren't.
This was miserable times for them. Oh, it reminds me of when this thing opened, and they put a bunch of little dudes up on the top of the building, and they were supposed to wave to people, but they got all fucking drunk and started pissing off of the balcony and swearing at people and throwing shit at them, and they had to pull them off the top of the building at the premiere of this movie.
This is a true story?
Oh, yeah.
In 1935?
Oh, yeah.
1939. Yeah, little people were pissing off of a building onto people.
Yeah, they put them up there, and they were like, "You're going to wave at people," and they got all mad and drunk. And Because back then, that's what midgets did, man. They got mad, threw shit, and pissed on people. That's what they did. It's not like Warwick Davis, who's rich. Like, he wouldn't piss on people because he's a good dude with lots of money.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if he'd have done Leprechaun for like $5 and they stuck him on top of the building and like, hey, you got to stay on this building during the premiere of this movie, he'd have pissed on people too.
They probably gave him like a 12-pack to go up there.
Well, they did. They gave him alcohol and sent him up there because, once again, in the 30s, little people were angry because they didn't have like good jobs. And, what are they going to do? They can't do construction. Fuck. In the 30s, everything was construction. There wasn't computer jobs.
Yeah.
Basically, you either dug holes or committed crimes or were a cop. Is that like the only 3 jobs in the 30s?
Sounds about right.
Or you made milkshakes at like a fucking place that served hamburgers. Like, that's the only jobs there were.
A pop shop.
Yeah.
Here's a comment from a listener, a viewer, Jason Summit. Connection to Wizard of Oz. Do you guys remember the movie Under the Rainbow with Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher? I do not. And
Absolutely.
I'm a huge Chevy Chase fan, and I have never heard of this.
This is another one where the little people are very angry. I love this movie. So twisted. Once again, Carrie Fisher, Chevy Chase. That's what drew me to that movie. You should watch that one. You'd like it.
I'm absolutely gonna. That's moving to the top of my list. Chevy Chase is like at the top of my actors list.
Yeah, he's like, for me, like Harrison Ford's my favorite actor, but Chevy Chase is way up there too. Him, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. These are the guys I grew up watching. So anything they do, I'm absolutely there for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, my cousin Josh, he's never heard of it either.
Huh. Well, you guys should get together and watch it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a watch along over StreamYard because he lives in Pennsylvania and I'm in Florida.
That would be a good watch along for you guys to do.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I would definitely want to see that.
It's I wouldn't say it's an A-list movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's one of those you have to see. It's kind of like, what would I compare that to? That's tough. Like, I would compare it to like Ghoulies, like the first one. It's not that great, but you should see it.
Okay.
Because
I'll have to put Ghoulies on my list. All right, moving on. August 15th, 1965. The Beatles played at Shea Stadium in New York City. It is considered the first major rock concert. There are only a few hundred watts for sound. They did not have monitors for the band, so they couldn't hear each other, and they could not be heard over the 60,000 screaming fans.
Yes. As the story goes, there were 60,000 screaming girls who were so wet that no one even was going to tell them to stop screaming. So they actually drowned out the band. And the band, fearing for their lives, just kept playing. Because what do you do when 60,000 girls are just losing their shit?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
You can't sleep with all of them. So you just keep playing and hope to God they don't turn on you.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Like, this might be one of the greatest moments in all of rock history. The Beatles is a moment in time that will, like, the only thing that even come close to it is Elvis. Like, that's it. Back then, I don't know what these, once again, this is the 50s, 60s. I don't know what people did for fun back then other than drink. Like, and go to the malt shop once again. Like, So basically, you just got drunk and watched people play music. And back then, like, the Beatles were so goddamn big. And when they got to America, everybody already knew who they were. So it was just an explosion of... And the funny thing is every girl in that fucking crowd thought they were going to bang one of them. Like they all had their favorite, and they were like, "Oh, you want Paul? Well, I'll take George, and fuck it, we'll just share it. We're gonna get married." Like that's how they thought back then. They're like, and everything will be peachy keen. You don't get that in the '80s. Like, oh, you love Slash, well, I love Axl. We're gonna marry them. That's not how it worked in the '80s.
They're just gonna do a bunch of blow off of your
Right.
butt.
Right. They're totally gonna just snort fucking blow off our asses, and we might get pregnant and have their kids, but they won't pay for them. But hey, it's a story. And we can name our kids Appetite and Destruction.
So the Beatles, back to the Beatles 65 concert, that's like the famous scene where you see them in the car, right? Like, almost getting trampled.
Yes, fleeing for their lives at the end of the concert. Oh yeah. The footage, if you see footage of this, you can't hear the music at all. It's just girls screaming.
Yeah.
It's literally crazy how loud they are.
It's amazing that they got out of there, honestly, like without being hurt or anything.
Well, once again, they did have security back then. Like, it wasn't like you guys are fending for yourself. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like security is like, yeah, fuck this, we're out of here. Good luck, boys. And the band was like, I don't know. What do you want to do, George? Let's wade into the pussy and get laid. Like, that would have been their answer. And security's like, no, boys. You're not gonna bang all these American girls tonight. We're going to take you back to the hotel. Not tonight. Another night, boys.
It's crazy, too. Like, the Beatles, that was in 65 was their first American appearance. When did they break up? 69?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, like they weren't, they didn't last a long time after that.
Well, that's because a woman got involved. That's the Yoko. Anytime a band member gets involved with a woman and the band breaks up, it's called the Yoko effect.
Absolutely.
Because, You know what else is crazy about the Beatles? Like take Paul McCartney, for example. He has banged so many chicks that his bucket list is insane. Like, his bucket list was like, his ex-wife Linda. He's like, all right, I haven't married a woman with one leg yet. That's his bucket list. Like, how do you get to that point where your bucket list is, I need to marry a one-legged woman? Like, what the... Man, that's a bucket list right there, bro.
Do you know what else happened on August 15th?
Yeah, what else happened?
In 1969, the Woodstock Music and Arts Festival happened, upstate New York. Tickets for the three-day event were $18 in advance and $24 at the gate. And there was sufficient sound for the 500,000 attendants.
Yes, and if you ask people if they were there, 8 million people were there. Because no one can admit that anybody from that generation claims they were at Woodstock. It's just crazy. But I will say this concert is one of the greatest concerts to ever take place. It's one of those moments in time that can't be recreated. Like they tried in 99 with Woodstock, and it turned into a rape fest and fires and just a horrible mud fucking bullshit thing. Woodstock is not something that can be done again because that generation was different.
Yeah.
They actually thought peace and love was possible.
Yeah.
And we know that's not how this works.
Somebody, our Facebook user, was totally at Woodstock.
Oh, I totally believe you. I was there too.
So have you ever been to the site of Woodstock? Have you ever been to Bethel Woods?
I don't like to drive anywhere. I don't even like to drive to work. Like, the 40 minutes I spend in the car just eats at me and makes me angry.
Wow.
Like,
40 minutes.
Dude, I hate driving. I don't even like, I live 7 minutes away from Dairy Queen, and I don't even fucking like driving there. Like, I'm angry to go get my peanut butter parfait because it's 7 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I got to get in the car. God damn it. I hate driving, man. I don't know how you do it.
I love it. I love driving, man.
Like, when you're driving, though, you can't even look out the window.
Yeah, I take naps. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm always looking out the window. Look over there. There's a muffler man.
Yeah, but see, my problem is I'm really bad with directions, and I also daydream a lot. So I'll be in the car, and I'll start daydreaming about ninjas, fucking riding motorcycles, and before I realize it, I'm like an hour away from where I'm supposed to fucking be, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? Fuck. Goddamn ninjas on motorcycles got me an hour away from where I'm supposed to be, and I'm like, seriously, like. I was driving to my grandparents one time, and I ended up an hour away because I was daydreaming while I was driving.
Just driving.
I'm driving to my grandparents. I've been there 100 fucking times, and I just zoned out, thinking about something else, and I was an hour away from their house.
Oh my God, Ray.
I'm like, what the fuck? Then I got to figure out where the fuck I'm at and figure out how to get back to where I want to go. And
Don't you have GPS?
No, this is before that. So remember, I've been driving for a long time, and I don't use GPS. I'm like, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, I know where that is. Hop in the car. 15 minutes later, I'm 4 hours away where I want to fucking be. I'm like, God damn it.
Dude, I literally use GPS for everything. My girlfriend's sister lives like literally around the corner. Yeah. I will I'm not kidding. It's like 2 minutes away. It's around the corner. I have to make a left, and then I have to make a U-turn, and then I'm there. And I plug my phone in for the GPS, not because I need the GPS, but because it's there, and I like to see what's happening. The traffic, my phone, my music and podcasts are all connected to it.
Now, see, I'm leaving your house to go to that same destination. I start thinking about Larry Lawn Chair flying his chair with the balloons, and I'm in fucking Pennsylvania. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? God damn it. My
Get your shit together, right?
Dude, my phone's ringing, and they're like, where the fuck are you? I'm like, what month is it? Where am I?
Right around the corner.
They're like, dude, you had a 3-minute drive. Where are you? The sign says Puxatawny. I don't fucking know. That's my life, man. I hate driving.
Real quick, Jason Summit back here. He wanted to know what I was drinking. What are you drinking, Casey? This is a beer I just found down here at the Publix. It's called Wakulla Hefeweizen from First Magnitude Brewing Company. I really like Hefeweizens. Heffies. Really good. It's actually really good. It's the first time I had it. Nice. All right. Ray, August 15th, 1985. A lot of things happened to the Beatles on August 15th and 16th.
Yeah. Hey, I lost your audio. I cannot hear you, Casey.
Got me now?
I got you. Got you back.
All right. I'm not plugged into my mic anymore, but all right.
Did you touch it?
I did.
Damn it.
Ray and I had this conversation before the show started. I was not supposed to touch this wire right here, and I touched it. Hopefully you will still be able to. You can hear me though, right, Ray?
Absolutely. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I think we're back. All right. August 15th, 1985. Michael Jackson paid $47.5 million for the publishing rights to the Beatles song catalog.
Yes. This is where Paul McCartney is fucking furious. Because he's like, you know what's a good investment tool, Mike? And he's like, hee. And Paul goes, investing in other bands' music. And what does Michael Jackson do? Outbids him for his own fucking music.
Yeah, and they just did a duet or like a duo together, right?
Yeah, and that's how they were like talking and shit. Like, I don't understand why Paul McCartney just didn't beat the fuck out of him. Like if somebody did that to me, dude, I would have lost my fucking shit and just beat the fuck out of them.
He's a non-aggressive Beatle. You can't just go around beating people up because like he could have put out 48 million.
He could have, but at what point do you just turn to your friend and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to beat your ass if you don't stop bidding against me.
Sorry.
And he's like, hee. I'd have been like, you hee me one more time, motherfucker. My foot's going up your ass.
I don't know, man.
I just don't get this situation. Like, one, I don't know why Michael would do it. Two, I don't know why he'd beat the fuck out of him. Like, are you, like, literally, if you're scared of Michael Jackson beating your ass, oh, man.
I'm getting texts from friends of mine who are watching, and my friend Dustin said the king, Elvis Presley, would have beat his ass.
Oh, Elvis would have shot the motherfucker. Elvis would have literally pulled out a gun and shot him in the chest and been like, TCB, bitch. He would have. Wouldn't have been no question.
Didn't, though, eventually Paul has all the rights again?
He does, as far as I know, but he just looks like a little bitch about the whole situation. You know?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realize that happened all the way in '85. I thought that was in the '90s.
It's crazy that I've told you this before. I like my rock stars to be rock stars. I like them all fucked up on drugs. I like them violent. I like them doing crazy shit. That's why I love Motley Crue.
Yeah.
They're dumb. They do dumb shit. That's why I love Elvis. Elvis will pull a gun on somebody and be like, hey, I'll fucking shoot you right now, motherfucker. Like, those are my rock stars. Give me Jerry Lee Lewis. Give me those motherfuckers who aren't scared of nothing.
Look out, man.
Yeah. Don't give me these guys who are like, you know what? I don't know if I should step sideways to Michael Jackson. Like, I don't know if I should do that. Really? Really? Come on, man.
Well, think about all the money that Michael had, though. I mean, he could have fucking easily had anybody, you know.
Well, once again, had he done that to Elvis, you think Elvis would have gave a fuck about his bodyguards? Do you think Elvis would have asked somebody else to take care of it? No, he's right. Elvis would have been up there punching the fuck out of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he would have been in there.
If he didn't shoot him, he'd have beat the fuck out of him, and he'd have been like, you know, he'd had the rings on. Oh man, God, I wish there would be video of that. That'd be an amazing video.
Before we move on to the next day, give me your Elvis one more time.
Oh, my Elvis. Oh, thank you very much.
All right, August 16th, 1962. Right. Does the name Pete Best ring a bell to you?
Pete Best is, I believe, is a rock star, isn't he?
He is a rock star.
He's from one of them shitty 70s band, isn't he?
Well, I don't know what happened to him after August 16th, 1962. But on that day, he got fired from the Beatles, only to be replaced 2 days later by Ringo Starr. He was the original drummer, apparently, of the Beatles.
Well, you know what? Fuck that guy. Fuck him. They made the right decision. Because not only is Ringo an amazing drummer, but he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. As the other members are quick to point out. I mean, that's how you know the other guys in the band are your friends, when they say shit like that. Oh, Ringo's not even the best drummer in our band.
Fun fact about Ringo. I heard when they first came to the United States, going back to the 15th of 65, I heard that Ringo was considered the most attractive one in the group.
At this point, he is by far. But one of my favorite things about the quote about him being the least good drummer in the Beatles, I used to, when I was in bands and I was a singer, my drummer was an amazing vocalist. And I like to go off stage and drink beer for about 4 or 5 songs. So I would say into the mic, you know, I'm a good singer, but I'm not even the best singer in my own band. And I would just walk off stage, and he would sing like 4 songs in a row, and I'd be off stage just guzzling beer. I'd be walking around the crowd, talking to people like, isn't this dude good? And then I just go back around like 5 songs later.
You're a true rock star.
Totally my Beatles move, man. That was my Beatles move.
Well, that was what the Dead would do. The Grateful Dead. They would, they had 2 drummers during most of their time performing, and they wouldn't sing at all. But the everyone playing stringed instrument would leave, and it would be space and drums for about 15 to 20 minutes to half hour while everyone else was going to do whatever the fuck they were doing backstage.
Oh, yeah. That was my move, man, because I was like, all right, it's so hard to drink and sing, which I did, but man, it was so much easier if I didn't have to do anything. And I got paid the same. Like, I could skip those 5 songs and I made the same money, which was basically $20.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew a guy. He was a really good guitar player. I still know him. I haven't talked to him in years, but he would spend most of his time playing the guitar, lighting a cigarette, and trying to get it put in between the strings of the guitar.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and like just for like 15, 20 minutes, like just try. And by the time he would finally get it in, he would have to take it out because it was already almost burned down to the end.
Yeah. When I played guitar and smoked, I just never bothered with that move. I know that's the Eddie Van Halen move, but like nicotine is important, so it stays in the fingers. So you figure out how to hold the pick and the cigarette at the same time, and you just do the big ring, and you're like, yeah, cigarettes are expensive. I ain't fucking wasting this thing fucking looking like Eddie Van Halen. Fuck that. I'm smoking this thing. Or
that's rockstar shit.
Or I'd have it in my mouth, and I'd be trying to sing at the same time. I sound like a fucking idiot. Like, because you're trying to hold it and sing at the same time. It's like, fuck, this is hard. And then you realize, well, that's why I've never seen anybody fucking doing that, because I look like a fucking idiot doing it. Ugh.
Yeah, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, so I can't. And you know what? I tried playing guitar, but I realized very quickly that I wasn't going to be Jerry Garcia, so I stopped playing the guitar.
Well, I realized very early that if you can play it all, it's a chick magnet. And then I realized, if I'm the singer, I don't have to do anything. It's like sitting on a throne with a crown. So I was like, nope, throw that shit in the garbage. I'm a singer now. And I can't say, I'm barely a functional singer. Like, I'm not very good at all, but it's all about confidence.
Yeah. Are there any recordings of you anywhere singing?
Oh, yeah. Yes. You can actually, if you go to Spotify and look up the Hostile Amish, you can find, it's actually my vocals on the song Generation Zero on Spotify. That's my vocals. If you look up the video, my buddy Bobby, who's their singer, actually lip synced to my vocals in the video.
He Billy Vanilla'd you?
He did. He did in the video, because they asked me to come into the studio and do the vocals because I wrote the song, and I originally did it when I was with the band. And I came back and I did the vocals on the redo in 2008. And when they released the video, they fucking lip synced to my fucking to my audio. It's but yeah, you want to hear me sing? Go check it out. Hostile Amish, Generation Zero. That's me on vocals.
All right. Here's before moving on to the next day in history, here's another comment from Jason. There's a movie called Backbeat that's actually pretty good about the Beatles before they came to the U.S. Stephen Dorff played the fifth Beatle.
Yeah, that's actually a really good movie. I know you haven't seen it. I'm not even going to ask you if you've seen it because I know you haven't. It's a great movie. If I can get him to comment again, is that the one where they talk about where he's got the brain cancer and shit at the beginning of the movie?
Who had brain cancer?
The fifth Beatle.
Oh, that's not why they kicked him out, is it?
Sixth Beatle. Somebody had cancer. They shit canned. What the fuck?
They kicked him out because he had cancer?
I think so.
Wow.
Once again, I drink a lot and I get shit mixed up, but I think that's how it went down.
Well, maybe Jason will comment here in a bit. Moving on. August 17th, 1907. Oh, okay, here we go. Jason. Yeah, he ends up with cancer in the movie.
Yeah, see, yeah. So I might not have all the details correct, but that's how I remember it. So
yeah. August 17th, opened on this day in 1907, Seattle's Pike Place Market is one of the oldest continually run farmers market in the country. I'm not going to ask you if you've ever been there because you don't like to drive.
I
So
don't
you've
like to go
obviously never
anywhere.
driven to the airport to fly to Seattle.
No, fuck no.
I've been there.
Now, look, I have driven many places, but I don't like it. But Seattle is not. That's too far. That's too far. And I
Okay.
don't like to fly either. I don't like flying.
Well, I do fly all the time now. And for any new listeners, I travel for work every week. And I have been to this market, and it's really cool. It's you've probably seen videos of this market. It's where they throw the
I was
fish.
gonna
Like
say,
there's
is
a
that
guy.
the fish chucker market?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've seen the videos.
In this little note that I have here, it says that an estimated 500 people live in the market space, and the place receives about 10 million visitors annually. I've been there. I don't know where people would live there.
They're called foreigners, and they live underneath the counters and underneath the fish, because Seattle's a wasteland of, whoever wants to do whatever the fuck they want to do. They just do it in Seattle.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't been there recently, but I know people who have been, and I heard that it's not a nice destination anymore.
It's not what it used to be when Dave Craig played for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. My buddy Dustin's. I got a text here. Dustin said they're called homeless people. All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jesus Christ. Another Beatles fact.
Oh, my God. Is
August
this an arrest
18th.
at an airport?
No.
Oh.
No, I think I remember that. That happened in January sometime when Paul got busted with all the pot.
All the pot, yeah.
Yeah.
Might be December. I think it's December.
Okay.
I think I did this story before where he actually got busted with pot twice in December at different airports.
I don't know why people just can't find pot once they get to their destination. Like he's a Beatle. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
you know why? Because they're entitled rock stars and the laws don't apply to them, and they're shocked when they're arrested.
yeah,
They're
you know what
shocked,
though?
Casey.
That didn't apply to him because he got sent home with no charges.
Well, once again, that's how it works.
All right, August 18th, 1960, the Beatles give their first public performance at the Indra Club in Hamburg, Germany.
Nice.
So they were around. If that was their first performance, 1960, if they broke up in 69, we're saying, so they had a 9-year run.
Yeah, mid 50s to 69-ish. So, yeah, not a very long run, but a very important run.
Yeah. Yeah, it changed the history of
It absolutely changed everything.
music. All right. August 19th, 1934. The first All-American Soapbox Derby race was held on this day in Dayton, Ohio.
Yes. There we go. I knew that.
Yeah, not far from you, right?
Fuck yeah, Dayton, Ohio. Ohio's best for everything. Like this is like really cool because I have a friend who does this, and her daughter's won trophies there and shit. And this is really cool. It's just a big hill where you make a fucking car out of garbage and run down the hill. Like,
yeah,
it's wholesome. There's no drinking. It's just kids and parents having a good fucking time.
There's got to be some dads out there drinking.
Well, I mean, the dads are all fucked up, but the moms and the daughters and sons, they're not all drunk. I'll tell you this. In Ohio, if there's an event, whether it's a PTA meeting, a school fucking where the kids go and play instruments, there's not a sober dad at any event in Ohio. Like, in Ohio, it's expected that if you're an adult male, that if you have to go to a child's performance, you better be drunk. Like, dude, I coached soccer. And
you coach
drunk.
Soccer?
I did. I did that drunk, dude.
It's a requirement.
In Ohio, it's required.
Yeah.
Like it's like they breathalyzer you. Like when you fill out the forms, you blow. If you don't blow at least a 0.15, you're not allowed to coach. That's how it works.
That's a true statement. I can't say who this is because obviously anyone on Facebook who didn't read the rules before making a comment, I cannot see your name. So this just says Facebook user. Welcome aboard, Ray. And what's up, Casey? What's up? We're having a good show here.
Yes. Thank you very much for the welcome.
Yeah, we are glad to have you, Ray.
Yes. I would tip my hat, but all my hair comes out and it's a big bitch to get my hat back on. So I tip my hat to you.
All right. My last this day in history.
All right.
After Alex Trebek passed away in the year 2020, Sony Pictures featured a variety of guest hosts for the entire 37th year of Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Richards, the executive producer of the show, won the coveted title of the new official host on August 11th the following year. He taped one show on August 19th, only to step down from the position on August 20th in 2021 after recordings of disparaging remarks he made about women and Jews on the podcast The Random Show in 2013 and 2014 had surfaced. He and Sony thought that it would be best that the role go to someone more worthy.
That's tough. Because you know what? Everybody says dumb shit from time to time. And all he had to do was say, I was on bath salts. I said some dumb shit. That's my go-to at work. When I get in trouble at work, I immediately say, dude, I was on bath salts. I'm not really sure what I was doing. But
I'm high on bath salts.
Right. If you're not using that excuse, like, I don't know what you're doing because nobody knows how to react to that. They're like, holy fuck. Dude's on bath salts? What the fuck? But you know what? He wants to come on the podcast and clear his name. I'm totally down for that. Like, let's help him get his job back. Because I feel bad for the dude because he said some dumb shit.
You know what's really funny? I just realized his name is Mike Richards.
Yeah.
And
I know
another famous Michael Richards got canceled. He was like the first canceled person ever.
Like, he lost his fucking shit though. Like, Michael Richards really, he went all in on that fucking shit. Like, there's like, dipping the toes. He just yelled cannonball and went all the way into the water. Like, head went under, came back up, said, nope, I'm not done yet, went back under the water. Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, if you want to end a career, that's how you end a career.
Yeah, I think he might have just been like in the spotlight for so long and just like he just fucking snapped.
Once again, like, it happens. People snap. Like, you lose your fucking mind. I get it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Once again, he could have used the bath salts excuse. He's rich and famous. And if you're a rich celebrity and you're listening to this right now, I implore you, if you get into trouble, just say you're on bath salts. You will the public will forgive you. And everyone will be like, you know what? Bath salts are a bitch, man. You get on those things, it's hard to get off of them because they're so good.
Have you ever done bath salts?
Fuck no.
Dude.
I'm not a fucking idiot.
Well, I didn't think that I was doing bath salts one time either, and I did them. And it was fucking gross. Oh my God. Don't do bath salts. But if you're in trouble, claim that you're on bath salts.
Use them as an excuse. Because if you didn't do them, when they drug test you, they won't appear in your system. And you can say, look, I'm all clean now.
Somebody likes that excuse. Bath salts is now their excuse. He can't wait to tell his wife.
You are welcome, sir. And your wife will appreciate your honesty.
Oh, shit. All right. My cousin wants me to shave my beard. He feels like that he's looking at my dad. That's not going to happen, Josh. I am sorry. This is me. I'm not going to stop smoking pot either for everyone out there. All right, Ray. Thanks, man.
All
This has
right.
been a great, fun show.
Every time we get to hang out, I have a good time, my friend.
Hell yeah, man. I'm just going to run down the
You gotta
plugs
do the
here.
thing. Yeah, you gotta do
Gotta
the thing.
the thing. All right. You can find all of our other shows over at deluxeedition.show. That might be changing soon. I'm not sure. You can still head there for now. We have merch. We're over at whatamaneuver.net/collection/deluxe edition. And all of the links for all this stuff will be in the description once it's posted. We are on Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/deluxe edition pod. And you can find all of the great shows over on our network at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. It's a new website, updated. And Ray?
Yes, sir.
You want to do another one of these next week?
Fuck yeah. Let's do another one next week, man. This is fun.
All right, man.
Nothing I like more than just talking, man. Hanging out, talking.
Yeah, this is fun, man. And plugs for you. Where can people find you?
You can find me at 10 Cent Beer Night Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. My podcast is only on Spotify. So if you have Apple, well, you're just going to have to go get the Spotify. And,
Ray is a Spotify exclusive podcast.
Yes, sir. And as soon as I can beat some money out of them, it'll be worth it.
It won't be too long, Ray. All right, everyone, tune in next week. I will be posting the episode with John Schneider, my interview with John Schneider from a couple months ago. And then Ray and I will be back the following week interviewing Bo Svensson. He is the star of movies like Snow Beast, Delta Force with Chuck Norris. He was in Walking Tall 2 and 3 and the series as Buford Pusser, and a ton of other action movies from the 80s and 70s and 80s. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking to Bo next week. Ray, thanks a lot, man.
Yep. And I will say, see ya.
All right. See ya. Thanks, everybody.